sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for all the support and love you all give me here. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much, and you are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about Ilhan Omar, who actually said that our country should be more fearful of white men because they cause much of the death in America. Actually, you are also in between the video. You are going to see the full video of what the video she made, because a lot of people are only capitalizing on the beginning without even listening to to all the videos and all that. So she actually went for that to say that we should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policy of fighting against white men and all that. And this video also, a black man actually made this, decided to pick the video without playing the rest of the video, and decided to call black people out, right? And while he was calling black people out, and he said that white people are demonized in America. I mean, black people are always demonizing white people in America, right? And JJ, you always see the video. JJ actually called the black man out. And JJ has always been on the fact, right? He speaks fact and nothing more. So he called him out. JJ also complained that all these grifters, like each time he make a video against them and tag them, they never respond to it, because they know he is talking the fact and he is for black community. And he made a video and told him, I am gonna pay you $100 if you play the full clip. And guess what? For the first time ever, this young man responded to Jay's video. Why? Because he wants the $100. And JJ actually told him, you know what? I have actually been calling you out on all the bullshit you talk about black community, and you never answered me, but because money is involved, you decided to answer me. I am glad that you played the full video, and for that reason, I ain't paying you any nada. I mean, this is a very interesting video. Actually, I'm going to roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. So straight up, gang, here we'll go.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country. Our country should be more fearful of white men.
If you haven't already, please go back and watch that interview in its full context. It's an amazing interview. She does a great job touching on some very important topics, but I want to expound on it a little bit, and let's have a conversation. In the interview, they talk about the rise of Trump and the polarization of the country. They talk about racism in America. They talk about Islamophobia, some of the fears that the conservatives are driving into the constituents of the United States, and also about some of the radicalization of white men. And to deny this radicalization is to be willfully ignorant. I was one of those people. I live amongst these people every single day. Look at what songs are #1 and #2 on the iTunes charts today. For the last week, we've all seen the #1 song, Try That in a Small Town by Jason Aldean. We've seen the breakdown of the racist dog whistles and some of the racial stereotypes in the context of what that song, the video imagery, and the lyric video. But have y'all seen what song is #2 on the iTunes charts? American Flags by Tom MacDonald and Adam Calhoun. Let's break this song down. The very first line by Thomas MacDonald says, "My people of this country, and we're under attack." It's crazy to me to think that I once bought into that narrative. Who are we under attack from, Tom? Let's see. They banning us. They cancel us for speaking the facts. If you're man enough, come stand with us. Take USA back. Who are we taking USA back from? He said everybody who's offended can get it. We're throwing hands. So now we're fighting. Who are we fighting? Anybody not trying to make America great again. You're a punk. You're a clown. Better know where I stand. Well, where do you stand, Tom? Tell us. I'm a white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots the craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fist on faces. If you want a taste of this, no safety tip. So now we know it's anybody who's not make America great again, but who else would it be? Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, theirs, these, that, those. So far, the song promotes pro-white, anti-LGBTQIA community violence. Then after his anti-LGBTQ community rhetoric, he goes on to say, I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem, smack 'em. Well, who could it have been that took a knee for the national anthem? He goes on to say, I don't give a damn, can't stand them, gang full of randoms, fam with a handgun, run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. Whose mansion are you referencing here, Tom? I bet I have a pretty good idea of what mansion you're talking about. We love the country that they've been corrupting, go woke or go broker. Who's been corrupting it, Tom? Anybody non-MAGA, anybody not white, anybody Black Lives Matters, anybody LGBTQ community? Then Adam Calhoun says you go against the Patriots, it gets dangerous. He talks about hanging people from the ceiling. This is the rhetoric we should fear under the guise of the American flag and patriotism.
So apparently the best way to get rid of racism is to be fearful of every white man in this country. Like, check out this clip by Ilhan Omar.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
This is also the same person that's married to a white man. But what I find interesting is that white people, specifically white men, have become the scapegoat of society. Like, everything that's wrong with society is blamed on white people. Needless to say, you can only say this about white people. You can't say this about black people or any other group in this country. But on the off chance that somebody did say this about a black person or any member of the oppressed groups, they would be canceled, they would lose their job. Literally every bad thing that you can think of would happen to them. This line of thinking is that just because a group of people were oppressed in the past, that the only way to make it right is to oppress people in the present, which is obviously not true. And notice how the group of oppressors are only white people. It's never any other group of people. And I hate to break it to you, but demonizing white people for every single bad thing that's ever happened in the world is not the path to peace. But I digress. But if you enjoyed this commentary on this topic, consider giving me a follow. So apparently the best way to get rid of racism is to be fearful of every white man in this country. Like, check out this clip by Ilhan Omar.
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country, because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country.
This is also the same person that's married to a white man. Like, everything that's wrong with society is blamed on white people. But on the off chance that somebody did say this about a black person or any member of the oppressed groups, it would be canceled, they would lose their job. Literally every bad thing that you can think of would happen to them.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I'm not even finna do what I regularly do. Holy sh... Hey Ace, how you doing? I'm JJ. This isn't the first time I've addressed you, and you know that. I want to play a little experiment with everybody, including you. This game is entitled Lying Grifter or Honest Mister. Why didn't you play the rest of the clip, Ace? Why didn't you play the rest of the clip? Please play the rest of the clip. If you play the rest of the clip before this timer runs out and show to everybody what you did not show them, I will cash app you $100. If you choose not to play the rest of the clip before this timer runs out and fail to show your audience the critical context you are leaving out here, I will release it. My damn self. I personally don't think you believe for 1 second anything that you said. But now is how we really find out. Play the clip. Play the clip. Just play the clip. Play the rest of the clip and then make your same argument after. Play the clip. The time is ticking.
So apparently the best way to get rid of racism is to be fearful of every white man in this country. Like, check out this clip by Ilhan Omar. Like, everything that's wrong with society is blamed on white people. But on the off chance that somebody did say this about a black person or any member of the oppressed groups, it would be canceled, they would lose their job. Literally every bad thing that you can think of would happen to them.
I then called him out and told him to please play the rest of the clip. If you play the rest of the clip before this timer runs out and show to everybody what you did not show them, I will cash app you $100. And now he saved me the time and played the clip himself. So let's all take a gander at the key piece of context that was missing from his original video.
The reason I didn't play the rest of the clip was because I thought that was the entire clip. I will be honest, my mistake. So I'll play the rest of the clip now.
Conservatives in particular would say that the rise in Islamophobia is a result not of hate, but of fear, a legitimate fear, they say, of quote-unquote jihadist terrorism, whether it's Fort Hood or San Bernardino or the recent truck attack in New York. What do you say to them?
I would say our country should be more fearful of white men across our country because they are actually causing most of the deaths within this country. And so if fear was the driving force of policies to keep America safe, Americans safe inside of this country, we should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policies to fight the radicalization of white men.
Now, I can give somebody props when they admit that they made a mistake, but that's pretty much where your props begin and end. We now know that in the clip, she did not say that we should fear white men, nor does she believe that that's the best way to get rid of racism, which is what you said in your video. She's saying if we can justify Islamophobia because a couple Muslims did a terrorist attack, then we should be able to justify fearing white people considering they kill a lot more people. She does not think Islamophobia is justified, so it must follow that she also does not think fearing white people is justified. And after knowing this context, you somehow still say this.
But the purpose of my video wasn't about what she said exactly. It was just to start a conversation about how white people are unfairly criticized in this country a lot. And the fact that the question was about Islamic extremism and she brought up white people needing to fear white men is also of concern.
Why is it of concern? She's saying that fearing white people is unjustified in the same way that fearing Muslims is unjustified. You tried to substantiate your claim that white people are demonized by playing a quote-mined clip of a congresswoman in which she's actually saying it's not okay to generalize and demonize people, including white people. So even if you still believe your point stands, it is no longer substantiated with the use of that clip. You need to find something else. But somehow I'm virtue signaling by calling you out for the use of a clip that you took out of context and then still didn't understand in its full context. Someone quite literally asked you, don't you think you should research the things you quote before you make points based off of them? And you said it doesn't change what I was saying. That's what we call dishonesty. If I was trying to make the point that white people think that racism is still okay by quoting a United States congresswoman saying racism's still okay in a clip where the full context is she's saying many people think racism's still okay, I disagree with that. I can guarantee you that you or any of the two people you tagged here would make a video about how I'm misrepresenting something and I'm trying to justify some shit that's not true. And if I then shifted the goalpost to, well, my original point still stands anyway, I hope we can all agree that would be incredibly dishonest.
If I make a mistake, I'm not doing so because it's a malintent. It's just because it's a mistake. And enough with the theatrics, enough with the drama and the spectacles. Not everything has to be like it's a reality TV show. I'm glad you're able to make a video without using a whole bunch of theatrics and yelling and virtue signaling. Like, I appreciate that you're genuine.
Oh, and newsflash, it doesn't matter what your intention was. In your worldview, white people are criticized way too harshly, so you took the first clip that you thought agreed with you and didn't pay attention to whether or not it was out of context and ran with it. That's a lie by omission. And given that we both talk about politics, certain lies by omission can be understandable given how hard you need to research to find something out. But if you put into YouTube Ilhan Omar white men clip, the video with full context is 3 videos down. And this lie was from 4 years ago. And conservatives did exactly what you did when this happened. So the fact that you chose not to dig any deeper is exactly the problem. And finally, let's address the overarching point. Previously, before this exchange, I made 2 videos about you, both directly debunking the things that you were talking about, and both of them have almost as many views as you do followers. And so far, the only time you've ever engaged with anything I've talked about is when I've offered you money to out yourself for misleading people. That in itself shows that engaging with reality is something that you're not here to do. So with me being the genuine guy that I am, as you kindly pointed out, I want you to genuinely consider that I've called you out 3 times. All 3 times you've lied in almost the exact same way, and the one time you responded is when you could get a monetary gain out of it. And as I am such a genuine guy, you will be receiving your money. I will be commenting in your comment section to get your PayPal information shortly after I post this video. But in the spirit of things, the last time I checked my bank account, I remember seeing a 1 in it. I'm not going to check further as to whether or not it was $1, $10, or $100 or anything. Because what's the most comfortable for me and what suits my worldview is for it to be as little money as possible, because that's what I think you deserve for lying to people. I could look further into it to determine whether or not I have the $100 I said, but given what's taken place here, I feel like I should not fucking bother. And that's not because I'm a liar. That's not because I'm dishonest. That's not because I'm allergic to challenging my worldview. It's because it was an honest mistake. And if you call me out for that, I think you're engaging in theatrics and you're virtue signaling. Good day.
Our country should be more fearful of white men across our country. We should be profiling, monitoring, and creating policies to fight the radicalization of white men.
Yet here you are with your, who's that? Oh yeah, your white husband. So does what you were saying apply to him too, or? Damn, that's tough.
Way, man. Ooh, I don't go to them suburbs. I don't go in them stores in them gated communities, especially them. Oh my goodness. You know, every time I pull up to one, I'm wondering, should I really go in here? You know, and them stores in the suburbs, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Love you.
Of white men.
That includes your husband, right? or are you still married to your brother?
So this is all I got from this video, and first of all, you all heard all of them. And this video, I don't know, a lot people are just teaching where she said you all should be fearful of white men, and not finding the rest of the clip like it's played. And you saw that grifter. That guy is one of the grifters. Like, all he does is support white people and the rest of it. And not just supporting white people, then talk down on his own black people. And JJ decided that he was gonna listen to the full video and promised him $100. And why? Like, JJ has actually addressed some of the videos he made, like, some rare to the cis videos he made about black people, or let's say just the videos he made about black people. And he never responded to it. But because JJ promised him some money, he was going to send some money to him, and then he answered. So this means all the things they've been saying against black people, all the things they have been doing for white people, like, their videos glorify white people and talk down on black people while he is a black man. So all they have been doing, this is just to let us understand that they have been doing this for the money and nothing more. And that really sucks. And that is really the reason why I always call them sellout. JJ really dealt with him, and that is absolutely great. And see, I don't have a problem if probably we have different political views and all that. But we all know what is good and what is bad. If you ever go around, whether we have the same political view or different political view, if you go around and see what is right and say it is wrong, and see what is wrong and say it is right, we are no longer, I cannot be in the same space with you, because people cannot be working so hard to make things better for black people and or the rest of the community, and somebody is working against black community or the progress of black community. So I am always for, if you are not for black people, it means you are against black people. And if you are against black people, we cannot be on the same space. This is just how I say it. So you all also heard the breakdown from Danny. Danny did a great job. Like you said, I don't understand what is going on. Like recently, white people, they have been going around doing some so racist song, talking about black people, saying some nasty things about black people. I also did a video about that. Adam, I said it that his video was so red to the seas. He was also talking about hanging on the ceiling. That is what? Lane and Shane. And each time I look at all this, I am like, and people will still come out to defend them. And some people, and some also black people, will still come out to say, I did not see anything right to the seas about the song. Right? Because when Justin Odin's song came out, black people get breakdown. I think a particular lady was the one that did justice to that before the video. The dog whistle, the video started spreading. And some people were saying there is nothing right to the, not until, I don't know if their eyes eventually cleared and all that. And the song was also taken down. And then every bad thing, they push it to black people. And they are the good guys, right? And we see how great they are. We see how amazing. And the black man was talking about, black people always look for a way to dehumanize white people. Like, who is dehumanizing them? We are actually talking about the things they have done to black people, and the things they have really done as people to black people. How is that dehumanization? Was it not what they did? Anyways, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain, and I'm saying shout out to everyone of you. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.